What if I told you that in today's world, some nations are allowed to legally own the most powerful weapons on Earth, while others are threatened, punished, or even invaded for trying to do the same? Why is it okay for one country to hold a weapon that can erase a city, but a crime for another? This isn't just about weapons. This is about control, power, and fear. And at the center of it all is something called the Nuclear Nonproliferation Treaty. But what is it really? And who does it actually protect? It all started in 1945. The US dropped 2 atomic bombs on Japan, ending World War II, and beginning a terrifying new chapter in world history. Soon after, other nations raced to catch up. The Soviet Union, Britain, France, China. By the 1960s, the world stood on the edge of a nuclear disaster, because the power to destroy the planet was into many hands. But here's the twist. Instead of banning nukes for everyone, the powerful countries made a deal to keep them for themselves. They said, "We'll stop the spread of nuclear weapons, but only we can have them." They called it non-proliferation. Some call it security, others call it hypocrisy. In 1968, the world signed the Nuclear Nonproliferation Treaty (NPT). It was supposed to stop the spread of nuclear weapons. Under this treaty, 5 countries were recognized as nuclear powers: the US, Russia, the UK, France, and China. Everyone else, they had to promise never to build nukes. In return, they'd get help with nuclear energy. Sounds fair? It wasn't. The treaty gave permanent power to the same countries that caused the arms race. And when other countries tried to build nukes for defense, like Iran or North Korea, they were slapped with sanctions, threats, or worse. Why should 5 nations decide who's responsible enough to hold the world's deadliest weapon? Let's talk hypocrisy. India, Pakistan, and Israel never signed the NPT and still developed nuclear weapons. North Korea signed, then withdrew and built nukes anyway. Yet only some of them are punished. Others are treated as allies and ignored. So, is the treaty about peace or politics? When a Western ally builds nukes, it's security. When a Middle Eastern or African country tries, it's a threat to the world. This isn't about law. It's about who has the power to break it, and who pays the price for trying. Africa is rich in uranium, the key ingredient for nuclear weapons, but almost no African nation has nuclear arms. Why? Because many were pressured or even forced to sign the treaty and stay non-nuclear. Meanwhile, their resources are mined by countries that do have nuclear bombs. It's like being told, you can't own a gun in your own house, but your neighbor can carry a bazooka and mine your backyard for bullets. Is this peacekeeping or quiet exploitation? Today, nuclear weapons are fewer, but the threat is greater. One wrong move, one dictator, one cyber attack, one war could wipe out millions. The NPT is aging, the trust is broken, and the double standards are more obvious than ever. So what happens when the next country says, "We want nukes too"? If we keep allowing some to arm themselves while silencing others, how long until another war breaks out? The world doesn't need more nuclear weapons. It needs more truth, more fairness, and more humanity. So now you know, the Nuclear Nonproliferation Treaty was supposed to make the world safer. But ask yourself, if only the powerful are allowed to hold the keys to destruction, is that peace? Or is that quiet control? What do you think? Should all nations have the right to nuclear weapons? Or should no one have them at all? Let us know in the comments. Is nuclear equality ever possible? Or are we just pretending to be fair? If this opened your eyes, hit the like, subscribe, and share button. This is African Echo, where truth makes noise.